Hey, Intuitive Soul Tribe. Mel, Intuitive Soul Coach here, excited to bring to you today's collective reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, collective. Bottom of the deck, you have Heart's Desire. Now, the message that I'm getting right away for a lot of you has to do with a divine delay. Okay, it may be in matters of the heart. This could be passion projects, making a decision from a heart space. It could even be a love for what you do. It may have to do with a relationship. I am getting a strong emphasis on Cancer season. Now today marks the beginning of Cancer season. So for a lot of you, even though these are timeless readings, there's going to be an end to a divine delay during Cancer season. And I feel like that's what this reading is about. And look at this. We have timing. This is results. This is patience. And this is also divine timing taking place here. When it comes to matters of the heart, this can be healing. Some of you are undergoing a major heart chakra activation. There could be new contracts entering your world. There may be contracts exiting your world. You could be opening up to your spiritual gifts on a brand new level. You may be shifting careers that don't fulfill you. There can be a lot happening when we undergo a major heart chakra activation. And for some of you, I feel like you've been sitting in this contemplative, maybe even hanged man period for quite some time. And this is going to be a really big release. And you're going to understand and see why divine delays are here for you. Your first card out was healing. This is full recovery. For those of you that have suffered financial loss, a heartbreak, health issues, some of you, I'm getting an energy around the shoulders. There may have been frozen shoulder, a surgery to a shoulder, or you may have felt stuck and maybe even had some neck issues, some neck pain. This could also be thyroid. But I feel like someone is going to have a full recovery. Reiki could be significant. Some of you may be healing through sound therapy, Reiki, other forms of alternative medicine. This is also about overcoming grief. And sometimes when that heart chakra is activated, it really brings up a lot of suppressed emotions, some triggers, some childhood wounds. And I feel like you are fully releasing that which held you back. And that may have been a purpose in a divine delay. This is also about support and understanding and realizing that you have more support than you think. Okay, your next card out is letting go. This is about goodbyes. It's liberating yourself. It's about ascension, which is your next themed energy out here on the table is ascension. So again, through a divine delay, there has been a major heart chakra opening. Look at that. We actually have the Lovers showing up in your reading. And I feel like you're making some new decisions. You're making some big changes. And you're going to see the physical energies shifting in your world. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Wands. There is a strength that you haven't felt for quite some time. There is a confidence within you, collective, that you haven't felt for quite some time. You're very passionate. You are a passionate soul. A lot of you that watch these tarot readings, you're highly passionate, highly intuitive, highly spiritual. If you weren't, you wouldn't be here. You're very charming. You are captivating. When you are feeling your best, your energy glows. You are magnetized. People are very attracted to your energy. You may be a healer. You may be a spiritual seeker. You may be someone who really, really shines just by glancing at someone or giving someone a smile. You're very independent and self-sufficient as well. You can do anything you want right now. That is the underlying message. That's what's on the bottom of the deck. You have what it takes. Go after what you want, the ability to attract helpful people. And we say that as you have the support showing up here with the healing. So you are attracting helpful people on your journey. This could be healers. It could be coaches, mentors, lovers, friendships. It can be new relationships, even within family dynamics. But it does require you to let go of what was. And we'll take a look at your current situation, your weaknesses, your strengths, the purpose behind whatever situation you're going through, how to let it go. We'll take a look at what you don't quite see and advice for you to get to this ascension, which you'll get there. But your guides want you to know certain things to help you. But I feel like some of you, your intuition is really soaring to new heights at this time. So you have that direct line to your higher self, to your guides, to your ancestors. You may be doing a lot of, again, evaluating and connecting on a deeper level than you ever have. This is soul advancement, collective. This is personal growth. It is a sense of awareness that you haven't felt for quite some time, or maybe some of you have even been hyper focused, hyper aware. You could have even been in some sort of state of fight or flight for a while. If you've been through a lot of trauma, if you've gone through a lot of loss, a lot of suffering, I feel like you are releasing and letting go, and it's been a long time coming. Hence a divine delay. Bottom of the deck, again, what you don't quite see coming, it may not be fully to the surface yet, but you're working on it. It is the heart's desire. And I am getting strong Sagittarian energy here around temperance. I don't know if it's up here yet. I haven't really looked. Okay, but we do have the high priestess as well. And I feel like there's been a long time coming for you to really feel alive again, right? To feel like something is stirring within your soul, to feel excited, to feel passionate, to feel broken open in a way that reminds you that you're a soul having this human experience. Because some of you may have felt like you were a robot. You felt like you were on default mode. You felt like you were doing the same thing day in and day out, wondering, is this all there is? Is this my purpose? Is this why I came here down to earth? Right? And I feel like the time is now. The time is now to really wake up. All right, let's dive in here. Let's take a look at you. Where are you at? Where is your energy? You're showing up as the Three of Wands. This is really quite beautiful because it says prosperity arising from wise planning. And we've been talking about that, how you have been evaluating, you have been planning, you have been reflecting and really going within and asking yourself the deeper questions. This is a fire sign as well. How do I move forward? How do I inspire and infuse this passion, this vitality, this energy, this zest for life? How do I move forward? It says time to take the next step. Optimistic plans that turn out as expected, not just as expected, but better. but better than expected. It's beyond your expectations here because you've trusted in divine delays, because you were patient, at least patient to the best of your ability. Yes, there were times when you wanted to give up. Maybe you did. But giving up on a certain thing doesn't mean that you're a quitter. Perhaps your heart wasn't in it. It doesn't mean that you are a failure. Perhaps you were meant to move on to the next experience. And that's what I see happening here. But some of you may have hung on to some sort of guilt, resentment, bitterness, anger, right? You hung on possibly to something, but you're ready to let that go and move forward and move on with your life. And for those of you that have said, Melissa, I did let that go, right? You may have been in the process of a divine delay, waiting for that next opportunity. Here it is. You could see this within the next 3 weeks. That's how quick this is coming in for you. Now, what is your weakness? I say your weakness here is your greatest strength. You have the Lovers. Now, some of you, what this means showing up in your weakness position is you had your heart right here on lockdown, or you didn't believe because of the divine delay that your heart would ever love again, or that you'd ever feel that passion, that desire for anyone, anything, for yourself. There's something that you had separated from, right? Someone that you've separated from. And there was a loss because of this separation. And you are choosing to open up. That's what heart chakra activation is. You're choosing. You have that choice. You always have a choice. You can become better because of what you've gone through, or you can become bitter for what you've gone through. And you're choosing to open up and deeply commit to emotions or emotional situations that drive your next moves, your next action steps. This is the power of love. And I feel like you're opening up to being vulnerable, but we're taught that vulnerability is a weakness. We're taught that you have to be strong. And sometimes through those beliefs and through those conditionings, we close down, we shut down after something difficult happens. We can't open up again. We'll get hurt. We'll get wounded. We'll be rejected. We'll be abandoned. But I feel like you are taking the path of least resistance here in a way. You are opening up and allowing yourself to love again, right? Love after loss, or to believe after loss of hope. This is an energy of going from hopeless to hopeful, an energy of not feeling lovable to I am lovable because I am love, right? This could be a major disconnect. I'm getting trust as well, trust issues, maybe even some sort of disharmony. But this is destined. This is destiny. This is soulmate energy. This is making balanced decisions. It's new soul contracts entering into your world. And for some of you, there was a soul contract that was very painful. This soul contract was your weakness, but it was your greatest lesson and opportunity. And the opportunity here is to rejoin life in some way, shape, or form. Let's take a look at your current situation. We have the 6 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. So we see that you're ready, right? You're ready to move forward with that 3 of Wands. You're already a step ahead of the game, right? You're a step ahead, collective. You're like, I've been here. I'm ready. I've done the evaluating. I've done the healing. I've let go. I've ascended. Where's it coming? The divine delay needs to catch up, right? And I feel like there is a tad bit of, impatience because, we want things in our timing. But the 6 of Pentacles is saying, trust. You have here reciprocity coming in tenfold. Your material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways. For a lot of you, this has to do with the material world, your money, your home, your finances, your health, the body, right? It's things that are tangible, things that you can see, things that are required or needed here on this earthly plane. This is also about acts of kindness, giving or receiving with a grateful heart. And the weakness here, some of you, you may feel like your grateful heart at times is a weakness because you may get walked on, you may get taken advantage of, you may heal or feel, I just said heal, but you could be a healer, right? A lot of you watching are healers, whether in your personal life, professional life, it's all encompassing. But I feel like you have thought to yourself, I feel too deeply, I am too passionate, or, sometimes I need to shut down these gifts because it's just too overwhelming, or I need to set healthy boundaries, which may be true, right? But I also feel that it's important that you know that your beautiful, grateful heart is never a weakness. That is your greatest strength, and that is your gift here on this earthly plane. And you have the Two of Wands. Make bold and ambitious choices. Remember what I said about you having free will? Great progress is possible here. Important relationships with people who share your vision. That was part of the struggle because you thought that two of you, or more than you and another person, maybe you and a group of people, you and a community, you and family, you and your friends, could be you and a lover. You thought that you shared the same goal, the same common interest, or wanted to ascend all at the same time, but that wasn't the case. And you grew. You may have grown apart from certain people, places, or situations, but because you have that loving heart, you were always looking over your shoulder saying, hey, are you ready? Come with me. And this could be a relationship that you didn't fully want to let go of because you had high hopes that they would catch up, right? Or you had high hopes that that job was going to change or shift in some way. And I feel like there's a choice to make now when it comes to you saying yes to you and your needs. But the Six of Pentacles is also about unexpected gifts, right? It is an unexpected celebration or surprise from the universe because you've waited ever so patiently, even though at times it wasn't very patient, right? But you have waited and you're still here. You're not giving up, right? You've been in a position here of your so-called weakness, which is really your greatest strength of vulnerability. You're opening up here to what is possible, what could be. And with your greatest strength, in a sense, being this Six of Pentacles, okay, I do feel like there's generosity coming back here. You've been very generous with your time, with your energy, with your effort. And what I really feel is there's good karma coming back to you, or good things. I mean, you can call it karma. You can call it the law of attraction, right? What you put out there, you're going to get back tenfold. And for some of you, you felt like there was a divine delay when it came to what was, I don't want to say owed to you because that sounds like entitlement, but it is about, when's it my turn? When's it my turn to reap some of the rewards that I've worked so hard for? And for some of you, I mean, I am going to say, when is it my time? Because that can be the ego self speaking, right, as well. But I also feel on a deep spiritual level, deep down, you knew that you had that sliver of hope, right? I have been putting out all this good. I have been waiting. I have been healing. I have been progressing. I've been ascending my soul. There's got to be some good here, right? And here it is. This is your greatest strength. And with the Six of Pentacles, your needs are going to be fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways. So some of you, this could be in the form of financial abundance. This could be abundance in friendships, in family, in support, in health, whatever abundance means to you, collective. This is your greatest strength. And continuing to stay kind and compassionate to yourself, to others, to the world at large, despite what's going on, right? Despite how you're treated, that is a reflection of them, not you. How you respond is a reflection of you. That is the only thing that you can control. And there's giving and receiving here based on reciprocity. And so some of you may have been in situations where there wasn't balance, or it was one-sided. Someone may have been giving, or taking. The greatest strength here is to have rebalance in this situation. And I do feel like there's still a choice to be made, because that's where you're at right now. What do I do? A lot of you have come to this reading with a question, what do I do? That's why we watch tarot, right? What you do is you make a bold and ambitious choice, because progress is possible. What have you not tried? What shifts need to take place for you to create the impossible to I'm possible? Yes, this is possible, because important relationships are central to the heart, right? The heart is all about relations, relating with others, realizing that we're not meant to be here and go through this experience on earth all by ourselves. We're here to collaborate, to connect, to work together, to enjoy the company. I just seen a meme the other day. I think it was a Winnie the Pooh meme. And it said, what is more important, the journey or the destination? And the answer was, it's the company that you keep. And so for some of you, you're really reevaluating your tribe, your family dynamics, who you spend your energy with, who you spend your time with, who you fall in love with, who you fell out of love with, right? I feel like there's a major heart chakra activation right here, right now for you. And the purpose, is, let's take a look here. Spirit, what do we have for the purpose? New beginnings. Your secondary purpose is the 8 of Wands. Finally, timing. It is patience. It's understanding. It is how we communicate with one another, how we communicate with ourselves, how we open up to others, how we respond, how we perceive information. I was taught a long time ago to listen to understand. Because a lot of times when you're conversing with someone, we immediately are listening, and before the person even finishes what they're about to say, they're already, the other person is already concocting a response. How do they want to respond? What advice can they give, right? How can they give back the energy, the information, instead of fully processing what is being said? And sometimes even reading between the lines a little bit, the energy, the feelings, the emotions, the intuition. And what I see happening for you, collective, and on a collective global level, is we are changing the way we communicate. We see that. We see that with social media. We see it with AI. We see it with, people on their phones. We see it with online dating and family dynamics, how we raise our children. There is so much around communication, but it doesn't get readily talked about as much. And that is a big lesson here, is how we respond, how we communicate. A great deal of activity is here. It's coming in. The purpose of this choice is to have a new beginning. You have the Judgment card here. This is to change your life for the better. This is the card of evaluating, redemption. It's the card of letting go of regrets, letting go of karma, letting go of pain. It's the card of forgiveness. It's the energy of rebirth and starting a new life, finding your purpose, a forgiving and compassionate review of the past. And that's what the main purpose is in this choice, this situation that you're currently undergoing. You want a new beginning, right? If you didn't, you wouldn't be asking for guidance or advice from spirit, whether that shows up through a tarot or oracle reading, whether you are connecting and asking yourself, how do I embrace? It's not, do I want a new beginning? I know you do, but it's how do I allow this to unfold? Especially when there's a divine delay. No more delay. Spirit is here with the Eight of Wands, which is a fast moving energy. There's going to be a great deal of activity. So buckle up because your heart's in it for a wild ride. And it says sudden and immediate results. Important. You can't make this up. It says important communication. And I didn't even read the small print here as we went on that communication spiel. But I do feel like there's going to be important communication, and it's how you respond. And I feel like you're going to respond in a very grateful way, very grateful way. This is a privilege is what I'm getting here. And I've been saying this in a lot of readings, the 10 of Pentacles, which let's see here. I don't see it coming in yet, but we might see it. Let's see. Do we have the 10? Okay, well, not yet, but we have the page, which could certainly offer a 10. What I do feel is there's an opportunity that is going to bring you a lot of happiness, a lot of abundance, and a lot of people may look at it as privilege. This is a privilege to have this opportunity. It's a privilege to be in this relationship. It's a privilege to have this health. The difference between privilege and entitlement is gratitude. And so be grateful for everything, collective. Don't forget to be grateful even for the hard times, even for the struggles, even for the divine delays, because it's putting you on this path of a new beginning, a second chance at life, a purpose, right? Purpose and meaning. And that's why we also have the heart's desire, because it has to do with the heart. You have the Lovers showing up in your reading. It has to do with making choices that are balanced. Sometimes our head and our heart get in the way of our intuition, right? Get in the way of our soul. And I feel like some of you have just shut down that heart altogether. You haven't had a lot of drive, because what drives our actions a lot of times is the heart. It is the mind, the limiting beliefs that say, you can't do that, you're too old, or it's too late, or that person doesn't love you because you're not worthy. It's the small little egoic self that holds us back. Not anymore. You're waking up to your heart's desires, and that is the push that is required to make this choice, to take this action step and move forward. What's the main lesson here to be learned, Spirit? The High Priestess. The main lesson to be learned is to trust your powerful insights, to trust in your spiritual path. And that's what I said earlier about the emotions and the mind getting in the way sometimes. But I feel like with the Lovers here, you're finding that balance. We need the mind and the heart to navigate on this earthly realm. But we also need to find balance in that, because when there is imbalance, it's when it really creates, a block intuitively. And you are very spiritual. You're very psychic. It says reflection and meditation that provide valuable information. The lesson here is peace. The lesson here is to trust that inner wisdom. And if there were any hidden agendas in the past from others or yourself, this is truth. This is the card of truth. The High Priestess sees all. She knows all. She doesn't have to go out there and, shout it from the rooftops. She's not that type of energy. She's someone who can silently sit behind the curtain, and she knows. And that is the lesson here for you to sink back into yourself, to really get in the energy of trusting in oneself. But you may have gone through a lot of healing where you felt disconnected from your core. You felt disconnected from the truth of you, collective. And let's take a look at your hopes, your desires, your fears even. There's the peace. How, well, not ironic. There's no such thing as coincidence here, but how interesting that you have the lesson to be learned is peace here with the High Priestess. And your next card out, as far as your desires, your hopes, and your fears, is the Death. We're all scared of endings. Endings are rarely ever comfortable, right? That's why they're endings. If you go back to any ending in your life, whether it was the loss of a loved one, the end of a relationship, the end of a job, it was a health issue that had reached its peak, right? It does require a complete level of trust as we what? As we let go. That's your key theme here. This is also your hopes and fears at the same time, because it's that in-between stage, the divine delay that holds us into that state of opposition, because at the same time we want to heal, we want to move forward. It says release the past. There is a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. That's one of my favorites from Wayne Dyer. Let go and let God, he would say all the time. But this is about coming to a place of more peace and ascension. Ascension. Your soul, you've already ascended here, but sometimes we stay held back, right? It's like discovering that you've been in the nest for quite some time, like a little baby bird, right? Has to get nurtured and fed from support from its mother, right? From its parents. It needs the energy and the food to grow. And I feel like you've grown to a place where you've now acquired wings, but you may still be staying in the nest because it's warm, it's safe, it's comfortable. But you've had these wings that are ready to be tested out. They're ready to be used. They're not broken. They will not fail you. Right? The wings have to do, and you can see here on the peace card, the wings are big. They are bright. You are supported. You will not fall. You've ascended and you're being guided to take off here. And that may be part of the choice. It's time to spread your wings and let go of a comfort zone, to let go of the idea that you aren't all that you believe yourself to be, right? Maybe you still feel like you're a little baby bird in that nest. And maybe you're not quite sure of your gifts, your skills, and your talents, but Spirit is saying you'll never know unless you take that leap. That's your desire. That's your hope. You want more peace, but in order to find peace, even though it may feel comfortable where you're at, you're starting to outgrow a situation. You're starting to get too big for that nest. And what's going to happen is, you're going to get kicked out of that nest in some way, shape, or form. And so do you want to make the choice to fly out of it, to spread your wings and to do it in your timing in a way, right? Divine timing. And the timing is now. Or do you want to let that panic, that anxiety, that fear shoo you out, right? Create a tower. And I feel like that's part of the choice here. What you don't know. Spirit, what does the collective not know at this time? There's the world. There's the King of Wands. I see a divine counterpart here. We have the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This could be a very important soulmate contract entering into your life, exiting out of your life, because the ending is bringing in a new beginning, right? From some other beginning, what's the song? Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. There is a new beginning here for you, but the world says this is a very, this is a happy ending. This can be an ending that doesn't have to be challenging or stressful. This can be a graceful ending. It can be a completion. You've hit the next level, right? If you're in that nest and you're ready to spread your wings, maybe that's part of the fear, is because we have this built-in ability that endings suck, right? That they're bad, that it's going to be fearful. We're fearful of the unknown. That is our greatest fear, is the unknown. We want to know, right? We want to have or feel like we have control over what's to come. And that's where complete surrender is part of the picture. That's where the intuition piece, High Priestess, is part of the lesson. This is something coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. That's what you don't see, right? That there is a sense of success, fulfillment. For some of you, this could be world travel. For some of you, this is breaking through a glass ceiling. It really is spreading your wings and flying out of that nest and really discovering what you are truly made of, collective. What are you made of? You're made of star stuff. You're made of fire. You're made of passion. The King of Gabrielle, King of Wands, is someone who is generous, someone who's inspirational, driven, highly dramatic in a way where this life is a stage, right? What role do you want to play? It's up to you. You are the star. You are the lead cast in this play called life. It's up to you what character you want to be, right? It's up to you, because not only are you the lead role, you're the creator, you're the director, you're the screencaster, or all the different labels they are, right? You are the person in charge. And it says, keep your eye on the big picture. That's the world, the big picture. I mean, it's huge. Leave the details to others. Experience that leads to success. Genuine concern for others. You know, the King of Wands is someone who is a spiritual influencer. He can be a world traveler, someone who reaches people on a global spectrum, right? He can be someone who impacts the world in a humanitarian way. He is here for great causes, to make a difference, to leave the world a better place than he found it. That's what you don't see, possibly. Or just because it hasn't showed up yet, you feel like you haven't made a difference, but you have. This is also the energy of entrepreneurship. It can even be retirement, going off on your own. You've hit some sort of glass ceiling, and you can celebrate that this ending is bringing in a new beginning with the Judgment card. So let's let go of past regrets. Let's let go of the old stories that you've told yourself. Let's let go of the limiting beliefs or the trickery that our mind plays on us from time to time, and really step into this fiery energy of the heart's desire. The King of Wands is full of heart. He's full of fire. He's full, of passion. He is the King of Fire. He's full of inspiration and creativity and spirituality, and he infuses his life because he's a walking, fiery, passionate being. So everything that he touches comes from this heart's center. And I feel like you are driven to make big changes that involve what you've gone through yourself, because this King of Wands, he's gone through it. He's walked through fire, right? He's had to learn adaptability. He's been through everything to get to this world, right? You've gone through a lot. You have a lot of experiences. So trust that you are being taken care of. What's the advice to achieve your hopes, to achieve your dreams? What's the advice from Spirit? The 2, the 5, and the Page of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles, we're going to start with first, because sometimes this can be an energy that we don't want to see. We shy back on, we turn a blind eye on, or we really get fearful when we see sometimes, because this can be material changes. It can be health concerns. It can be feeling left out in the cold. Feels like, everyone else is living a life of ease or comfort, or everything looks better. I'm getting a little bit of judgment or comparing, but the advice here is you don't have to go through these current challenges alone. Remember that whole spiel on communication and how we've come here to, expand, to help, to leave the world a better place than we found it. The advice here is that you don't have to go through something alone. Even if you don't feel like you have the physical support, you are not alone on a spiritual sense. And that's why the high priestess is your lesson to get in touch with you, because when you realize that spirit, the divine, the universe, God, whatever you call your higher power, is your greatest manifesting partner, is your greatest co-creator, is your best co-pilot here on earth, your life changes. It says, help is nearby. Negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecy. Remember what I said about thoughts earlier? Our thoughts are our demise, right? They can really make or break us at times. They can really destroy our heart's desire to take action. And the advice here is to shift your perspective. It's not about toxic positivity, right? It's not about pretending that there's nothing wrong. It is absolutely about addressing underlying concerns and issues. And that's what the advice is here for you. Address the root of a belief. So then you can shift it. So then you can tell yourself, that's just an illusion. That doesn't exist. That happened in the past. It's not happening now. Right? Then we realize that we've separated ourselves. It's not spirit who separates from us. It is us, our ego, that separates from others, from the divine, from our path, from our purpose. I don't want to say from our purpose. I don't ever feel like we're truly separated from our purpose. We might get lost sometimes, but that's the whole point, to get lost so we can find our way and come back and learn the lessons that we need to learn. But how else would we have learned them if we didn't get lost, right? 2 of Pentacles. It's important to have balance right now. Remember, this is your advice, collective. Working multiple jobs or projects at once. You may be juggling up a lot at this time, but make it fun. We tend to put such high emphasis on the seriousness of things, the perfectionism of things, the results, they have to be this way, or things have to look a certain way. And Spirit is saying, have fun, play. Yes, there's a lot going on, but don't forget to not take life so seriously sometimes, because we're meant to be here to have fun as well. And lastly, you have the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Ariel. This is balance. Balance. They said balance here on the card. This is finding that balance in the material, physical plane, because you are a reliable person. Collective, you are someone who is reliable. Even if you've been told, hey, you're unreliable, or if you've been conditioned to believe that, start showing up for yourself. Start believing what you want to believe, because what you want to believe creates your world. Do you believe that you're clever, that you're educated, that you're balanced, that you're reliable? Because you are. I mean, you are anything that you tell yourself. So if it's negative, you probably are that too, right? But it's also an illusion at the same time. Remember, it is the stage, you going out on that stage of life. What role do you want to play? So keep that in mind as you move forward and as you make your choices and decisions. It says an excellent opportunity will be offered. This is your final outcome. This is your advice. It says scholarships or the pursuit of education. This can also be a new financial opportunity. It could be a new home. It's time to get to work. You have been patient. You felt like there have been divine delays in maybe getting a new job offer. This could be a new love offer. Even though this is the Page of Pentacles, it is something here in the physical world. This is a message coming in for you. Spirit wants you to keep your ears open. There's something important about communication coming in, I feel, within the next 2 weeks. All right, your current situation, some of you are going to expect, or you're going to, well, maybe not going to expect, but you will hear news within the next 2 weeks that have to do with your current situation. Okay, this could be through meditation. It could be through a sign from the universe. It could be a phone call. I feel like it's more physical. So it could, but you do have the high priestess, which is the lesson. So trust. Some of you may even have an inner knowing that you're going to get that call, that you're going to get that offer, that there's going to be a done deal, that you're going to seal the deal, right? Some of you, maybe you already have in some way, shape, or form. But I feel like I am looking at either a phone or an email as well, or a text. Something comes through that gives you the green light. This is an excellent opportunity, and it's going to be offered to you because you deserve it. You're worthy of it. This is good energy, good juju, good karma coming back to you, collective, because you never gave up. You never gave up on yourself. You never gave up on the dream. So that is the result from trusting in a divine delay. That is what I have for you, collective. If you like the message, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Lots of love.